Your Chevrolet dealer presents the President's Day Sale-a-thon with historic savings and free hot dogs for the kids. Tomorrow's drivers, today's bedwetters, yesterday's ova. Wow, beloved star, Oscar winner, decorated war hero, and apparently owes his brother-in-law a favor. Don't hire the cake boss to make your traffic signs. The teachers and children of Phoenix, Arizona, may they rest in peace. Yes, things are nutty here in Arizona.
There goes Mr. Speed King himself, passing on a curve.
Hey, it really is Jimmy Stewart, America's grandpa.
Hey, what's the matter, lady? Your arm broken?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, little kid. Oh,
what's
language.
The big idea? All right, pull over there, Jack. You need to hog the whole road?
The young Travis Bickle Chronicles.
Lady, that stop sign means you.
Hey, we're just children.
What you're saying is one of the most interesting and important experiments in driver education today.
It's called Kid-mageddon.
And it proves that some people really do drive like 6-year-olds.
Now you say my agent has the check, right?
For example, most of our traffic and motor safety problems are created by a few childishly inconsiderate drivers.
Billy Joel,
drivers
mostly.
Who play childish but dangerous games with everyone else on the road.
Driving around is so much fun. We'll go to Arby's when we're done. Driving.
Lady, that stop sign means you.
What's with the dames in this town?
Bad driving habits are childish. When is the best time to learn to be a good citizen behind the steering wheel?
More important, when's lunch?
Based on the old proverb that as the twig is bent, so is the tree inclined, at Garfield Elementary School in Phoenix, Arizona, a new approach to driving safety education has been developed.
It's called inappropriate pat on the butt.
Children are learning about the automotive age before they learn their ABCs.
It's an empirically bad idea.
Driver education begins soon after school opens for kindergarten classes, first, second, and third grades. First, a magic safety show dramatizes the basic rules of safety. Each year's magic show is new and different and wonderful to behold.
Despite what this footage suggests.
And while they're watching the rabbit that comes out of the hat and the mysteriously changing stop sign, even the smallest children learn that the big men in the blue uniforms are their friends.
Who are the brain police, man?
The familiar games of kindergarten have been modernized to teach a life-saving lesson, the meaning of stop and go.
Reading is for gays and foreigners. I like traffic lights.
First graders get out into the big wide world to learn by doing. Traffic lights, traffic signs, crosswalks become familiar through first-hand experience. And as for jaywalking, not these kids.
They're more into recreational drugs.
It seems that the younger we are, the faster we can learn new things. And it seems the earlier we learn something, the more likely it is to become a part of our basic character.
Like racism.
Almost every small child has the capacity for learning courtesy and sportsmanship. And these are the simple basics of good driving attitudes.
Who needs a childhood?
On tabletops, with tiny cars, first graders learn an awareness of the rights of others and the need for rules and regulations to protect those rights.
They learn to surrender their basic freedoms.
At first, it's hard to see why we have to stay on the right side of the road, especially when we don't know right from left. But safety consciousness is something that can be learned along with spelling and arithmetic, and more fun, too, even though it means learning how to wait your turn with self-control and good sportsmanship.
I forget my name.
But toys are just toys. There's nothing like the real thing.
And this is nothing like it.
Here's the real thing. Real tires with real air in them, headlights that work, a horn that blows.
Offensive bumper stickers.
This car, mounted on blocks, is called the Phoenix Link Trainer, patterned after the famous aviation trainer on which so many pilots learned the fundamentals of flying without leaving the ground.
This is a potty now.
While he's learning, young Mr. Future Driver may rack up quite a few miles without going anywhere.
A metaphor for life in Arizona.
But one proud day, there's that temporary driver's permit as a reward for all the hours of practice. This is it, even though it's only a beginner's driving course.
And even though the car runs on Hawaiian Punch.
Behind the wheel of the one-boy power automobile in motion. But driving is a privilege that must be earned.
Like looking your father in the
Jimmy,
eyes.
for example, he had the idea that school was just about as bad as prison. And maybe if he absolutely refused to study, he might be sent home. And then he found out that no school, no driving. Today, Jimmy isn't exactly a top student, but he's in there trying.
What an inspiring story.
With the help of the older students, tomorrow's drivers learn how to take care of their cars before they drive on the advanced course. The advanced driving course has just about everything that the American motorist encounters in his driving about town and across country. Highways, city streets, crosswalks, pedestrians,
Hydrogen,
traffic
oxygen,
signals, and
matter.
policemen. And, of course, country roads and detours.
Say, baby.
Everyone takes his turn at being driver, pedestrian, or policeman.
Tinker, tailor.
Traffic violators get tickets and are brought to trial before a jury of the classmates.
That's when things get sick.
Now, crime just doesn't pay.
Sick, huh?
This batch of hot rodders have had their licenses suspended for a day. At a most impressionable time of life, an important rule of society is learned.
Nobody rides for
Laws
free.
are meant not to restrict, but to protect. For 3 years, in the first, second, third grade, children learn through actual experience the reason for safety laws. They develop self-confidence and the respect for the rights of others. Courtesy and cooperation and sportsmanship are practiced until they become habits.
Disorders, even.
Once established, these
That girl
habits
just
pay
gave the
off.
Black Power salute.
And when tomorrow's drivers outgrow the small cars, safety on 2 wheels is stressed in the Phoenix program in preparation for the day when actual driving instruction begins.
Yes, everything's backwards in Arizona.
Hey, do you remember your first driving lesson? There seemed to be so many things you had to learn all at once. But this high school student has been driving since kindergarten days. And now, behind the wheel of a fine, modern car, can concentrate on becoming an expert. And with a built-in code of driving ethics, she can soon become a responsible member of the driving community.
She can text while driving and pass school buses.
Even the hot rod addict, with his craving for speed, is given a chance to release his youthful energies without injuring himself or others. Hot rod clubs, organized and supervised by local and state police, stage special races under established safety rules.
Rebel with a very sensible cause.
Well, there's plenty of speed here, but the boys themselves will drop a member for even a minor traffic violation. That's a tougher sentence than a police judge could or would impose.
I don't think that's true.
While most teenagers behave themselves at the wheel, well, there always has to be someone who's the exception. Someone who hasn't learned that safety makes sense.
Someone who went to a normal school.
In the judge's private chambers, the juvenile traffic offender appears with his parents for a friendly but a serious discussion of his case.
With Pee Wee Herman
If he
Sr.
has recklessly risked his own life and the lives of others, his license is suspended.
And he must eat his car.
And he's sent to Phoenix's Attitude School for 5 2-hour classes. In this Attitude School, state, county, and city police officers tell how laws and ordinances are passed by the people for their own common protection.
The suicide rate is slightly lower every
Scientific
year.
tests and instruments are used to explain depth perception, reaction time, and muscular coordination, and to emphasize the importance of looking where you're going, of being on your toes, of being careful. Written examinations bring out the fine points of driving.
It's like OCD school.
And finally, the Attitude School students ride in patrol cars to see for themselves why safety is important.
Wow, you eat a lot of Taco Bell.
In the past few years, thousands of graduates of the school have had their licenses restored because their attitudes have changed through better understanding of their cars and their laws and their policemen.
And America, and freedom, and God.
The parents and teachers and the police of Phoenix don't claim that they've found the perfect answer to the problem of educating drivers for tomorrow, but they have shown what one community can do to help make streets and highways safer and more pleasant for all of us.
Nah.
And here's an interesting sidelight for you to think about. One of the least expected dividends of the program
Is pregnancy.
is an improvement in adult driving habits. You see, parents, in setting good examples for their children, learn to be safer drivers themselves. They have to. Tomorrow's drivers won't excuse careless drivers.
And none of them can find Asia on a map. Well, well, George Bailey lassos paycheck, I guess. We'll see you later, everybody. This is Jam Handy signing off.